Sunday of your life, the only time that I felt right. Your hands lying.
For those who haven't been here before, welcome to our new guests and our new friends. There's a couple of things. Oh, look at that. Lead us, Gregory. How do you do this? What do we do? What am I going to... See, you can't. You just... Everybody look and find Gregory. He's going to show us how we show appreciation to the musicians. Let's see it. Yes! Now, so we can't clap, but this is all we got. Make sure you smile. Well, I guess you can clap. That works too. But here's something I just learned. Is, okay, I forget this part, but I think this means wow. And look at what Barbara and her mom are doing. And this, I've learned, means a round of applause. So our vocabulary is increasing. This is great. So this is kind of wow. And if you want to give a round of applause, it's from our friends from the deaf community. Right on. So that's what we got. The other thing I would say is, I know that I like to say this is Zoom for good, not evil. So if you do, this is an interesting environment for musicians to play. Because when we play in front of people, we pull the energy from it and we send it back at you. Now, this helps a ton, and the round of applause helps a ton. But from time to time, they might want to glance at their computer screen, the musicians. So even if sometime today you pulled a brush through your hair, I'm sure you look fine. Throw on your cameras for our musicians. Please do that. Listen, if my brother's going to put on his camera, you can all put on your camera. So that's, there we go, the bar is low. So we've got a really, really great lineup tonight. I'm really happy that we've got a couple. We're leading with my good friend Mike Allen and his drumming friend Blake. They're going to play together. They're taking our first set. We're pretty excited about that. And then, of course, Memphis, my fellow Renaissance poet, is going to be taking the middle slot. And we've got a really, really, really fun band. You know, last year, this time, they were kind of wringing their hands about finals, and now they're out in the real world making music, and they're going to share their music with us. A couple of firsts. We've never crammed so many instruments into a Zoom call before. So this is going to be really exciting for us. I'm quite impressed with the lads and how they put their sound together. And for those of you who haven't played yet on the Hootenanny, as a musician, we work pretty hard behind the scenes. We get together a couple of times before Friday night because we've got this Zoom that hates music. We're trying to get music through it. So there's a lot of dials to move and a lot of things to adjust and mics to play with. So what you're seeing tonight, we didn't just throw this together 7 minutes ago, even though we were probably working on it 7 minutes ago. We work hard every week. So please keep that in mind when you think of these musicians playing. But so let's see. First off, I'm going to start with Mike. Mike. Oh, by the way, I'm going to have to ask you to unmute, Mike, to start. There we go. And where did you go? Mike, are you there? Yeah, can you hear me now? Right on. So, and the other way to look at this, for anybody who's kind of new to Zoom, and if you are, I wish I was new to Zoom. We all do. Go to the view. And I've pinned mics. So you've got two views. You can do what my wife likes to do, which is she likes to walk through the crowd and sees through here, sees to see who's here. You can go through that view, or you click up in the upper right-hand corner, it says view, and you can focus on the musicians. That's kind of what I like to do. But before we begin, I ask everybody a question, and this is a follow-up to a great, I hope everybody that was here last week heard Brent, my friend Brent, who is a player, again, another Renaissance poet. He said there are 4 things you've got to know about your spouse, and there's 2 of them that you have to agree on and 2 that you haven't. And of course, The first thing is window or aisle. By the way, this is worth a good hour of discussion, trust me. The first one is window or aisle. The second is red or white. The third one is New York or LA. And the fourth one, Mike, I'm going to ask this to you and the other musicians. It's Beatles or Stones, and why? You got to commit.
Oh, that's tough. I gotta commit. I have no choice.
No, you got to commit.
Oh man, I'll go Stones. Just
And
why?
well, of course, why?
More fun to listen to. I would say the Beatles are more interesting, but the Stones are more fun.
Okay, I wished you had studied for this because I think you got that wrong, but that's okay. That's okay. I didn't give you this was a pop quiz.
You didn't give me a chance to say both.
That's true. That's true. So, what do you got for us, Mike?
We'll do one piano song and then a milder guitar song, and then we're gonna light it up. So, apologies in advance for the volume on the third song.
Let's do that. Thanks a bunch.
Cool. Ready to roll?
Right on.
all she wrote.
I don't think she wrote that, did she? That was wonderful, Mike.
That was Mrs. Dave Grohl, I believe.
And thanks, you guys. You can't see Blake, but there's nothing like having a. Oh, there he goes. Hey, thanks, buddy.
I didn't want the camera on me for that song. I had to stay focused.
Oh, that's right. He was wandering around the tempo a bit, wasn't he? You had to reel him in. Thanks a bunch, guys. What do you got next, Mike?
We have a David Bowie song.
Oh,
which probably sacrilegious to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. So
I don't think so.
You ready to roll?
Years colder than the moon. It's been so long. Feel my love enraged. Just the fear of losing you. Don't you know my name? It's been so long. Putting out fire with gasoline. Putting out fire with gasoline. Yeah. See these eyes so red, red like jungle burning bright. Those who feel me near pull the blinds and change their minds. It's been so long. It's been so long. And I've been putting out fire with gasoline. Putting out fire with gasoline. Till this pulsing night will play a cold heartbeat. Just be still with me. You wouldn't believe what I've been through. It's been so long. Well, it's been so long. I've been putting out fire with gasoline. Putting out fire with gasoline. See, there's tears so blue, ages heart that can never melt. See, there's tears they'll dry, the judgment made can never melt. See those eyes so green, I can stare for 1,000 years. Just be still with me. You wouldn't believe what I've been through. It's been so long. It's been so long. I've been putting out fires with gasoline. Putting out fires with gasoline. I've been putting out fires with gasoline. Putting out fires with gasoline.
That is amazing. It's amazing what you just did with the guitar, your voice, and drums, Mike. That was fantastic.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Listen, I wanted to say, we can do this. Remember, we can do this. We can do this. We can also throw things in chat, because once Mike sits down and grabs a beer, a glass of wine, he might stroll through chat. So don't be afraid to throw a little something their way, guys, in the chat. Thanks a bunch, Mike. What do you got next?
It's a little loud, so I'm warning you in advance. But yeah.
Little trigger warning. You got it, baby.
Okay. Ready? Feeling like a bullet, jumping at a gun. Feeling like a winner, feeling like the one. Doing something to me, doing something strange. Jump back, talk to me, woman. Wanna make a baby, like me, baby. Gunning for you. Locked, loaded, shoot me shot tonight. Coming, baby, gunning for you. Pull my trigger, let me blow your mind. Supernatural woman, supernatural freak. Where's that going? Got me feeling weak. I wanna call you fever, baby. Set me on fire, hot damn. Pop it like a pistol, mama. Gotta drag me to my knees. I'm begging, baby. Ready for you, yeah. Locked, loaded, save my shot tonight. Coming, baby. Coming for you. Pull my trigger, let me blow your mind. Red leather rocking, little big queen. Everybody's watching, pretty little thing. Baby, tell me what your fantasy. Come, let's talk about it. White wine and limousine, whipped cream and everything in between. Coming, baby, coming for you, yeah. Locked, loaded, give me shot tonight. We're coming, baby. We're gunning for you. Pull my trigger, let me blow your mind.
Well, I don't know what to say about that.
We may not be the best, but we'll definitely try to be the last.
Yo, that's pretty good, guys. And Blake, you guys. Well, I should have waited to say what I said after the last one. What you can do with a guitar and a voice and a drummer and a little bit of a pedal. That was just great. Well, we got a few acts that are hard to follow tonight. They get progressively harder, perhaps. Thanks, Mike.
No worries,
Okay,
thanks.
you got it. You got a little loving in the chat there, big guy. So keep that in mind. Memphis, what kind of pedals do you have? I got to ask you to unmute, my friend.
I knew you were going to do this to me. You were going to sandwich me between superstars. these guys who got it dialed in, and these young guys who are coming afterwards who are just going to take off like rockets. I knew you were going to do this.
Well, I knew you could handle it. I don't send you anything that you couldn't handle there, man.
No, I'm perfectly fine with that. So, as I've always said many times, this is like Bluebird Cafe as far as I'm concerned. This is the Hootenanny Cafe. You're giving me a chance to try out new songs, really connect with the people who I care about and the people who want to listen to good music and get engaged. K-Dog, I can't thank you enough for being a poet, being a part of our band, and every bit of it. So,
well, and the musicians, you guys work so hard, and it's just so great. It's like if a tree falls in the forest to everybody. If you're practicing Home Alone, are you really a musician? No, yes and no, right? Symbiotic. We need these people who are here. So thanks for doing your good work, Memphis, and thanks to everybody else. That's great.
Well, thanks, folks. Thank you all for jumping on here and connecting here with Keith's Hootenanny. We're going to take it in new directions as we keep getting a little bigger, a little stronger. But Lord knows I appreciate every time I look out there and I see some smiling faces. Always love seeing Barb dance. And the one thing I've really learned about watching the Hootenanny was when you see people and they've got their cameras on and they're at home, I'm figuring out who can do my taxes. Occasionally I see people who are really good at making paella. It's just part of the fun. Though I'd love to rather be in front of everybody on a stage, but here we are.
We are indeed. So what do you got going on for us today? Oh, Memphis.
Yeah.
Beatles or Stones? You got to commit. Not like Mike. Don't be like Mike.
Well, I think there was one time in my life I said I'd rather hear the Stones playing the Beatles. But yeah, I got to admit, I'm a pretty big Beatles fan. You read and you type out some of the bios that I have every now and then. There's a real good friend of mine out there, Kevin Ripa. He's the guy who took me out on the Rush tour. He got me opportunities meeting musicians, superstars in the world. And we'd go down, we'd have dinner in LA, and we'd always eat at this fancy restaurant where there's always a celebrity. Well, one time I was back home here, and he sent me a message, and he said, I'm sitting across from this real high-priced, high-powered woman. She's business magnate, and he threw her name out, and he said, and her husband. Well, I had no idea who this one was. I just did not ring a bell, didn't mean anything. So I took a little extra time, as he knew I was going to do, and typed her name in. Just so happened, the husband was Paul McCartney. So he played me well. He played me so well, like this guitar here, like this Larrabee. And yeah, I gotta go. I gotta stick with the superheroes of everybody's life, the Beatles. But I love a good rock show. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, well, thanks for committing to that. We appreciate it.
Now, again, you're a poet, Mr. Brent Kotchek, who played last. Now him and I trade songs back and forth, and I asked him. I said, "Listen, you gave your shot at that beautiful song you wrote called Unholy Mix." I said, "I want to take a run at it this week, and I want the people who have heard it the week before to give us a little taste of it." So this is out to Mr. Brent Kotchek. All the people out there listening, you heard him last week. I want to give you a little something about how I turn this around. So here we go. Simile or metaphor, not sure how I passed this course. A mystery of chemistry, not sure why you stayed with me. Window aisle on a flight always ends in a fight. When it comes to whiskey and your lips, you and I are a unholy mix. I'm TNT, you're dynamite. We never get any sleep at night. We contradict, we get it wrong. Not sure how I stayed so long. Bottle of red or white, Lord, it always ends in a fight. But when it comes to whiskey and your lips, you and I are a unholy mix. A little bit of heaven and a whole lot of hell. Some things don't go together so well. But I never want to fix our unholy mix. battle scars and rental cars. We cause a scene at the hotel bar. One more shot, make it jack. Not sure why I keep coming back. You're New York, I'm LA. Need a separate holiday. But when it comes to whiskey and your lips, you and I are an unholy mix. A little bit of heaven and a whole lot of hell. Some things don't go together so well. But I never, oh I never, oh I never, oh I never wanna fix. Girl, I never wanna fix this unholy mess. That's Mr. Brent Kotchuk who wrote that there.
Thanks a bunch, Brent. Memphis, I just said, like, is this going to be a little competition? Is this going to break our band up? We're gonna be fighting over who gets to take lead on this tune?
That guy's guitar player as the day is long. I'm grateful. I ask him all the time, what are you doing playing with me? And he one time said the nicest thing I ever heard. Not one of the nicest things I ever heard. He said, Memphis, I'd listen to you read the phone book. And I thought, that's delightful.
Right on. Hey, you got another original for us. What's next?
Yeah, so this is one, actually, this one I wrote a whole bunch of years ago. And now I'm not going to lie to you. My mom might be listening out there, and she's going to shake her head, and she's going to wonder where this tune came from. But I've been to Vegas a few times, and this one's got a little blues to it, got a little bit of grit. So, folks, you're all going to like it there. One of the best things I'm seeing out there tonight is that little darling who's dancing back and forth on the screen. Isn't she delightful? That is absolutely fantastic. So,
that's Anna. Hi,
big
Anna.
shout out to Anna there.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you for the dance. Well, I'm alone in paradise, and I'm rolling snake eyes, and I'm looking for a ride, the kind of ride only Sin City can hide. I'm throwing doubles back, and I'm hitting low on blackjack. And she only takes cash, but my Sin City girl can make the night last. She's my Sin City girl. She's my Sin City girl. And I love to watch that pretty little hair twirl of my Sin City girl. She walks away. Oh, she's not paid. She ain't paid to stay. She can give me a ride only Sin City can hide. She's my Sin City girl. She's my Sin City girl. She's my Sin City girl. And I love to watch that pretty little hair twirl. Lord, I love to watch that pretty little hair twirl. Lord, I love to watch that pretty little hair twirl. Oh, my sin city girl.
It's one thing playing them, Memphis. It's quite another writing them and playing them, and that is fantastic.
Lock your daughters up, folks. Make sure you keep them someplace safe. Don't you just keep them locked up there. Okay, now Keith, there's been many times you said, "Listen, Ross, you got to put something together that you played that number one, that Haggard hit that we play every time." And I pushed it off, and I'm bringing it in.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Here's the thing, folks. When you get a chance to listen to put something into the chat there, I'm going to give you a little bit of a medley of 3 different tunes. And what I want you to do is I want you to figure out what the connection is with all of these. So I'm going to try and tie this one together here in a real fun way. When you all figured it out, you fire that in there. Lord knows I appreciate every smile and every thought that you give me. So I'm going to give you something here too, folks. What I got there is, as you, I guess so kindly we're even considering about the whole Beatles, that there's a Rickenbacker 350. And I'm going to give this some soul here tonight, so. Which just happened to be very similar to John Lennon's guitar. Well, I stumbled through the darkness, lost and alone. Though I said I'd go before us, show us the way back home. There's a light up ahead, I can't hold on anymore. Forgive me, pretty baby, but I always take the long way home. Money's just something to throw off the back of a train. Got a head full of lightning and a handful of rain. And I know that I said I'd never do it again. And I love you, pretty baby, but I always take the long way home. Get those feet clapping, folks. Get those hands moving. First thing I remember knowing is a lonesome whistle blowing and a young's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama always knew what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, towards bad I kept on turning till Mama, she couldn't hold me well anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried and Mama tried to raise me better. But her pleading night and night, and that leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Well, I hear the train a-comin', rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. And I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and go. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. Well, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry.
Outstanding.
Thank you, Lori. Yeah, that is good advice from your mom. You're absolutely right. Folks, did you put it all together? What all the connection of those three songs might have been? If you work your way through it, you're going to figure it all out.
I'm thinking you love your mama.
I do love my mom. But those are all train songs, folks. Those are all train songs.
Oh, that's true.
So thank you. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for staying connected here to Keith's Hootenanny and K-Dog. Thank you as always. Thanks for letting me play.
Memphis, you are a treat for all of us. So thanks go to you. And that was great. That was really, really great. Thanks.
Thank you. Big shout out to everybody.
So now I got to find my friends Frank Mona. Did we give enough? Yeah, choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Guys, I forgot to instruct you on the, you have to unmute now. Oh, you got it figured out. Right on. Thanks, Memphis, buddy.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Alrighty.
So, a couple of things before we play. I just got to, I have to chat. And a couple of things. I love so much about you guys, but I'm just going to kind of restrict it to a couple of things. First of all, the reason everybody in the audience is seeing Frank Mona here tonight is because my good friend Matthew Stone said, Keith, these guys should play. And I said, well, of course they should. Well, Matt, other than many, many things, he's also a loyal audience member of Keith's Hootenanny, and he brought these guys to all of you. So, anybody in the audience, if you got somebody that kind of sort of thinks maybe they want to play, just bring them to me and I'll convince them. I'll sell them hard.
That's what happened to us, yeah.
And the other thing is we have never had so many instruments playing on Zoom at once, and I'm really excited about this. These gentlemen have worked really, really hard dialing in the sound. So when it sounds effortless, that means there's a whole bunch of work behind it. So thanks a bunch for that. Now, tell me, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, a year ago, I don't know, is there still departmentals? You guys were in high school, figuring it out, and you wanted to play for your grad, but you were told no. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it was a long story, but basically, once our grad got canceled because everything got shut down about exactly a year ago, we reached out to the CBE and a bunch of other people did to have like a drive-through thing, but they didn't do that. They couldn't do that with the regulations and stuff. So then this other company decided to have this drive-through grad at the Saddle Dome, and we asked them if we could play the drive-through grad because we had asked many months before to play the actual grad before it got canceled, and we couldn't. We got turned down. So we wanted. This was like our last hope. Because we've all wanted to play our high school grad for such a long time. So they basically said they didn't have enough money to get like all the sound guys so that we could play and set it up so that it would work. But then we reached out to this guy, Hal Walker, from the Madison Avenue group, and we basically told him our story and showed him some videos and stuff and said that we've wanted to play this grad and our grad got canceled and this was like the only grad we were going to have, and if he could kind of sponsor us, and that's what happened. And it was so great. We got to play live at the Saddle Dome in front of like tons of people that were all in their cars, all honking and stuff at our grade 12 grad. So no, it was a dream come true.
How was that fun? Was that sounded like a bit of fun?
Yeah.
It was definitely an experience. It was weird playing to an audience full of cars. So
that was a first for us for sure. But no, it was awesome. Just all our friends were there and their families. It was great.
That's such a great story, guys. And I would encourage anybody, and it's almost essential, please, if you haven't already, click on the video that I included in the invitation to tonight's Hootenanny, and you'll see their show, at least a part of it, and it's wonderful. That's just fantastic. How long have you guys been together?
About, a long time. We started like the band in around grade 6, so like 6 or 7 years ago. It was just us three in the front, and then our friend Peyton here joined on the drums earlier this year.
About a year ago.
Peyton the Pickle.
Yeah. So
What's going on with Peyton back there?
Oh, he's got a little costume on just to help him with the drumming. You know, helps him focus. But yeah, we've been at it for a while, but yeah.
Right on. And I want you to introduce yourselves.
Sure, of course. I'm Dominic. I'm singing and playing guitar, as you can probably see.
I'm Nico. I'll be playing guitar and doing some vocals.
Yeah.
And I'm Ben. I'm playing the bass.
My name's Peyton. I'm going to be playing the drums.
Thanks a bunch. So you guys got a question too, but I'm not sure you know the difference or even have heard of the Beatles or the Stones. So what I got to ask you is, and I got a little coaching on this. Thanks, Tommy. I got a little coaching on this. Drake or Eminem?
Who?
And that's not Eminem like the candies. It's spelled different, apparently.
Just say the Beatles.
Come on, commit.
Probably-
Come on, quick.
Beatles, Eminem.
It's Drake versus Eminem for you guys.
Gotta
Trying to
go
make
with
it
Eminem.
relevant.
Gotta go with Eminem. He's the Beatles in that scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well played. And how many original songs? You guys doing any covers tonight?
Unfortunately, no. This is all unheard original material here.
Outstanding. So listen, I'm going to stop talking. Now, you guys, do you have original sound on?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
You are the best. You're so much better than Memphis, man. You guys got it going on.
Alrighty.
All right,
Let's go.
let's hear it, guys.
Sweet. Alright.
Sunday of your life, the only time that I felt right. Your hands lying on your side and eyes that see through time. Looking for this missing piece in this bank vault of mine. Are the days off supposed to make you feel fine? Dying of our light. 7 hours spent with unwritten replies. I can't bear another lost goodbye. 1,000 thoughts they drown on real sound. A girl from a forgotten town in a time when we were right and wrong. all that we could get. The burden in everything I've read. It's anything I hear. No more. I'm at the door. No one can with me. Maybe today we could lose the space that keeps us so far away.
Thank you. That was yeah. I hope that sounded good there.
That sounded amazing. You guys
Awesome.
got into the groove. You're in the pocket. You were just swinging along. That was
Perfect.
sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys. And original stuff. It is such a treat to hear original music.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
we've really been wanting to show people for a while now, so it's nice to finally perform it.
Well, I think they're digging it.
I hope so. I hope so. Alrighty.
Say don't look back. Say don't turn around. Ten paths you take. Flows red at the way. Pass by sights you're not seeing. She's wide awake, but still dreaming. Wait for the first time. Wait for the first time. Child, leave your strings behind, you won't need it. It's easier to slip when you're bleeding. Wait for the first time. Wait for the first time.
Thank you. Alrighty.
So all the garage bands I knew growing up knew 3 chords and they knew how to overdrive an amplifier. That's all they knew. You guys
That's
are
how we started, to be completely honest.
Yeah, we tried that.
and you pushed past it, but you can go back to it if you want.
Oh, of course. It's not like it's a bad thing. We just maybe we'll revisit it one day for sure.
That was so musical. That
Oh,
was
thank you,
just
thank you.
wonderful. One of the things I really like, and I've only heard you play a few times, like through this week,
Yeah.
is I don't know, anybody that knows me, I'm a huge tempo guy. I think tempo and dynamics, they make the moments, and you guys got it grooving. So
sure.
I'm gonna stop
Thank you.
talking. That's beautiful.
Awesome. Alrighty. So this will be our last one here. So Enjoy.
Backseat of my car, that's where we left you behind. We've come so far, stopped by a moment in time. A face in a frame that stares at me with your eyes. Why'd you have to tear us apart? You tore us apart, it tore you apart. Staying on, out of time. Ghost of youth, may you're our missing line. My heart's a blood, your box was too heavy to hold without your hands. Another day, again. A man is just a boy, is just a man, is just a boy. A man is just a boy, is just a man, is just a boy. A man is just a boy, is just a man, is just a boy. Oh man, you were just a boy. And it feels like I'm crying. Tears go down my nose. And a child is now flying. My blood was in his head. Live on, live on, live on. And it feels like I'm crying. Live on, live on, live on. Tears run down mother's face. Live on, live on, live on. And a child is now flying. Live on, live on, live on. My blood was in his head. Live on, 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 live on.
Thank you.
Outstanding, guys. You guys got a great sound. That was just wonderful. And
Sweet.
I'm speaking for everybody. And I'm throwing something at you here.
Sure.
Memphis got to play 5 tunes because he did 2, and then he did a 3-tune medley, right? So he kind of broke the rules, right?
I
You
guess
guys,
so.
yeah. So do you guys have another tune in you? You know, the one that you kind of practiced and then haven't practiced for a week because you were practicing these 3 for me?
Oh boy.
No is a fine answer. I should have.
I honestly.
Oh man.
No, it's
we
been
can't.
so
That's a
long.
little rusty.
We haven't been we've only really
Yeah.
practiced those 3 songs just because we haven't been doing much. Is there anything we could pull out?
No, listen, guys. I don't want to. I don't want. I just. It's just so nice hearing you, and I think people like to hear you. I can always bring you back, so don't sweat it.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Maybe
Next
next
time,
time.
yeah.
For sure.
You got it. You got it. That.
All
You know
right.
what? Leave us wanting more. That's showbiz, baby. You
you go.
understand showbiz. You understand showbiz.
Yeah.
So let's see some comments. So these guys get a little feedback.
For sure.
Thanks so much. I know how hard you guys worked to get this thing going tonight, and the sound was amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you for having us. This was
Yeah,
really awesome.
No, it's so nice to play live music, or I guess sort of live music, after like 8 months of just band practicing and just writing music.
I'm so happy to hear that, and that's why we're doing this for you and everybody to play live as best we can in front of an audience. With that in mind, I think the Hootenanny is going to transform a bit come summer. So I'm gonna tell everybody about that in the weeks to come. And I think we're going on to something that's going to be just as exciting and just as fun. So everybody will be able to see you again. I look forward to that. But it'd be great to
that
have you
sounds
guys
awesome.
back again. So, oh, hold it. Laura just said, "Don't you have a song from Grad?"
It's been so long since we've practiced anything other than these 3 songs, honestly.
Okay, listen. I heard no.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
no just means I'm
unfortunately.
one step closer to yes, typically, but I'll just back off.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. Oh, anybody? Matt asked, "You guys have an album or anything on Spotify?"
Yes.
You want to say?
Yeah, we recorded an EP last fall, and it's got some old tunes with it was just the 3 of us on the tracks, but we got new stuff coming with Peyton soon.
Right
Yeah,
on.
so you can check us out at Frank Mona on
Everything.
everything, like Apple Music, Spotify. We are.
And we
all
will.
over.
And a special shout out for Peyton. I don't know how he can do the little shaker and stick with the stick and do that with the pickle costume. I was distracted by your.
Just makes it easier.
To most people, it makes it more complicated, but to him, it's
Gives him strength.
yeah.
It's like a suit.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. Frank Mona, thanks a bunch, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again for having us.
Absolutely. And Mike Allen, that was fantastic. Of course, Blake. Thank you, Blake and Mike. What you guys can pull out of a guitar and a pair of drums and a piano, that was wonderful. And Memphis, I never tire of your voice, and I never tire of your music. Even though your Rickenbacker got pretty good play here, equally between people were impressed by your Rickenbacker as much as you, and I appreciate that, buddy. So that's a wrap for another Friday night. Thanks so much, everybody, for showing up. Mike Allen, Blake, Memphis, and of course the lads and Frank Mona. Thanks, everybody, for a wonderful, wonderful night. Drive home safely, and we'll see you next Friday night. Tell your friends.
The Sunday of your life,